Operations Room at the Gisborne District Council, and this is Bronwyn, and you work with Civil Defence here. Bronwyn, you've got a whole lot of supplies here ready for an emergency. So what are the kind of things that we need to think about if we're preparing for, say, a severe weather event or another type of emergency?
Yes, so what we encourage is that everyone has about 3 days supplies, if you can. Otherwise, at least enough supplies to get you through the first 24 hours of the emergency. So that can vary from a whole lot of things like potentially, having a water bottle, which is key, just something to keep you hydrated. And then we've also got other things on here. So we've got some tins of food. Yeah, things that you can just eat and keep energised again, and you don't have to worry about that first 24 hours or 72 hours of the emergency.
And thinking about that, water first, most important, need to stay hydrated. Food, we all have to eat. What else do we need?
So we have things like, we've got a little torch here, which is really handy, and it has a little cranking motion. And not only is it a light when you start cranking it, it is also a phone charger, or it has a USB outlet on the side there, so you can charge your phone if you need to.
So really handy, especially if the power goes out.
Absolutely. We have some other items here which just like your basic hygiene. You want to stay obviously clean, and we also have things like a big first aid kit, or you can get something smaller just in case you get hurt, or anyone else gets hurt for that matter. So.
And we are talking about an emergency event, so a medical kit could be really handy. And of course we might not be able to have our tap water and our usual means of keeping clean, might not be able to have a hot shower.
Yep.
So I can see why that would be important. And we've got some other stuff over here, a rope and some rubbish bags and things. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, so you never know what's going to happen. You might need to make an emergency shelter, so you've got some rope here that you could potentially use, and you've got some duct tape and even a big bag of rubbish bags, which I suppose if you really needed to, you could work that out together and tape up some bags, and then you could have a little shelter and something to keep you dry if it's raining and really wet. So
really important if you're having to evacuate your house, for example. And you can see the toilet roll down here and the rubbish bucket.
Very important. Obviously, I think it speaks for itself when you know what the toilet paper and the bucket might be for. And then also underneath here we have some other items which potentially you might want to, put some of your food into, or put the bag into the big bucket, which will keep everything nice and dry, and you can just pick it up and take it with you.
So you could have a talk with your whānau and think about what you might need in an emergency and what kind of emergencies you're likely to experience, what you might do if you're at school compared to at home. So talking about severe weather events, how do we know when one's going to happen?
So we get all our information from the Met Service, and they keep you up to date, and they have all their data that comes into that site, and then they send out all the warnings and things that we get from there.
Right, so really important to stay informed. Well, lots to think about. Thanks for showing us that, Bronwyn.
That's all right, no, anytime, and hopefully you can all get prepared at home and be ready.
Kia ora.